see you at the pool.
It is the voice of Indiana County. It's WCCS 101.1 FM, AM 1160, and WCCSradio.com. So every morning, the guy walks by, he waves on his way to work. He's Al Lockard, who joins us this morning, Indiana County's director of the Veterans Affairs Office for a while. But he's old news Al now.
I am.
Joining him in the studio this morning, Amelia Nelson and Jessica Walker, and our conversation brought to you by Marcus and Mack, voted best personal injury law firm in the Best of Indiana County contest. Marcus and Mack, a law firm representing injured people. Are you that big and that good that you need two people to replace you?
The third one's still at the office.
The third?
Right.
It took three people to replace you?
Three people. Yeah.
Big shoes. All right. Well, yeah. And those shoes have done a lot of running around Indiana County and down through the years. But Al, you are on your way into a very well-earned retirement.
I am. And so my wife and I and kids are going to pack up here in the end of July, and we're headed to Colorado. Mm-hmm. But so, before I get into all that, I wanted this morning take a minute and much deserved and great big thank you to Linda Meckley, who is retiring from our office today. Mm-hmm. She's been with the Veterans Affairs Office for 11 years, and she's been at the courthouse for 13. So today is officially her last day there, and we want to say thank you to Linda for all the things she's done for our local veterans.
Indeed. Thank you, Linda. And Jessica, you're going to replace Linda, right? No.
I
Amelia replaces Linda. Okay. Back and forth we go.
Better hope Linda doesn't listen to the radio on her way in.
She won't.
Get you when you get back to the office.
Okay, so that's a big change coming.
Big change. And, so we do have Amelia Nelson, who's all the way over here to my right, mm-hmm. and Jessica Walker, who will be taking over both positions that will be vacated. The one, of course, as we just mentioned, vacated by Linda, mm-hmm. and Amelia is going to take over that position, and then my position will be taken over by Jessica. And we've been able to, thankfully to the county commissioners, we've been able to do a lot of left seat, right seat. So there's been a lot of train up. The veterans of the county should not fear coming into that office and having to deal with people that don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
And I say that twofold because before we let them, get in and do their thing, right, I do have to kind of, not do have to, I guess I need to first say that both of these young ladies are veterans. Mm-hmm. And both of them have a significant amount of military service. Combined, it's over 44 years.
Wow.
So Amelia has over 20 years of service, active duty, retired, several deployments under her belt, and retired as an E7, which is a sergeant first class in the Army. And Jess is currently serving still as a Army reservist and is a major. So she's going to oversee all of us and tell all of us what to do, and then go in the back room and do nothing, because that's what officers
just
do.
Like you.
But like I said, I want our veterans of the county to know that they are being placed in better hands than what they had in myself.
Oh, I don't
and
know.
They're going to do a great job, and I feel confident, and I thank the commissioners for allowing that to happen. And yes, at the end of next month, that'll be it for me.
Yeah. Wow. We're going to talk with you a little bit more, but we want to meet Jessica and Amelia. Jessica, it is a big job. Indiana County's veterans are very well served by that office. You do a lot of things over there, don't you?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we are here to serve. And like Al said, the continuity is key. We want to assure them that we are still here to help them with whatever needs that they have, as well as their spouses and their dependents as well. So, Yes, sir.
Talking with Al down through the years, and with his predecessor, who was there forever, Indiana County's veterans, just a great group of people But they're people who have a great pride about themselves. It sometimes doesn't serve them well because they won't seek the help that is so readily available to them.
Yeah, I think it's education, letting them know that we're here, and just getting the word out of where to go to get the help that they need, and also talking to spouses and family members as well to let them know where they can go for their veteran to get the support that they need.
In that job and in that office, and Al can weigh in on this as well, and Amelia, is it the case that you spend a lot of time helping folks deal with crises, or is it more a case of we've got these great services available and we got to get a word out to them?
Honestly, it's both. I feel like weekly we go by where there's someone that's in need, that has a need now, that can't wait. And so we have an amazing group of providers. We have the Veterans Providers Group that allows us to access those resources in worth 5 minutes. I know we've had several cases since I've been there doing that left seat, right seat, where their resource came in or a need came in from someone in the community, and within 5-10 minutes, we have an answer for that veteran, for that family member. So it's both. It's those that need that long-term claim, pensions, and also that immediate crisis need that they have. We're able to do both.
Al joked about you make the assignment, you go back and you kick your feet up on the desk a little bit. Amelia, it's not quite that, is it, in the job?
No, it's not quite that. I mean, with any position that you work, you're going to get some slow, moments, and at those moments, that's when we start to update old rosters, mailing addresses, phone numbers.
Yeah. Let's get you a little closer to the microphone.
But yeah, no, it's definitely not just a very slow-paced job. It's a constant learning experience, whether you're, World War II vet and you've got a spouse that's still coming in, or family members, all the way down to our era where we're still getting people in that need help on claims.
Yeah.
So it doesn't stop.
Where Jessica talked about filling Al's shoes, which is, it looked to me about a 13D.
13 wide.
Amelia, Linda's, she's certainly got some big shoes to fill, too.
She has some large shoes as well. Not only does she know this job in and out, but she has connections through the entire community, Indiana County, and then some. So those people that are, just friendly neighbors that she knows that she has reached out to for help and guidance, or when she's had a question, just to get somebody, an answer. So those are resources that I've been picking her brain the last couple of weeks that we've been kind of floating in and out of the office.
Sure.
Yeah.
Al, I know that not every county in Pennsylvania has a Veterans Affairs office. I know as well that there are probably very few Veterans Affairs offices that operate as efficiently and have as good a reputation as Indiana counties. It's a real legacy that you're passing on.
Well, I thank you for that, Todd. I really do. That it takes a community. And there's been so many people that have come to our aid at the Veterans Affairs Office, so many community members that have stepped up when we needed additional support, like, for instance, in First Bank, when we were putting together the nonprofit and set up the 501c and the Western Pennsylvania Veterans Relief Fund that has helped so many veterans throughout Western Pennsylvania, to the marathon, again, with the assistance of them, and fast. There's just so many. I couldn't begin to start or finish, but it's a job that's extremely rewarding yet frustrating at the same time. Mm-hmm. We deal with bureaucracy, the Veterans Affairs, the big guy in the sky, the delay in receiving an adjudication to a claim sometimes is 6-8 months, and recently we've had a few that have went as long as a year. So that part of it's very difficult. It's hard to look the veteran in the eye when there's a sense of needing and wanting to know, and telling them it's going to be another few weeks. So yeah.
Yeah, it gets difficult. Jessica, I'm sure that you have dealt with that a little bit, and it's going to multiply as you take over for Al. But the fact that Indiana County has the structure in place to deal with these things has to be a comfort to the veterans who know that, well, they've got someone local who's on the case. And yeah, they probably understand what bureaucracy is all about, but knowing that you have somebody who's able to address you personally and your circumstance has to be pretty comforting.
Yeah, absolutely. Someone that's on their side, someone that's advocating for them, someone that's there to support them through the entire process is key. And like Al said, he has created an amazing, outstanding program that other counties, want to emulate. And so our job now moving forward is to not only, continue what he's done, but also, like he said, laws, policies, regulations are always changing, but just to let them know that they still have someone on their team, on their side, rooting for them, rooting to get them the support and resources that they need.
Yeah. Your experience, Amelia, your experience as well, as veterans, as active military at the moment for you as well, Jessica, that has to be something that they really can count on, and they know that they can trust.
Yeah, I feel because we know the military, they find comfort in that it's just not a civilian that doesn't know military jargon, that doesn't know the life. Amelia was in, I am still serving, and I also was a military spouse for over 15 years. I said my husband did 22 years active duty, so I know what it feels like to be a spouse supporting a veteran. And so I think that's also incredibly crucial to know what it's like to support a veteran that has gone through war, that has gone through difficulty times supporting their country.
Yeah, Amelia, as vets get older and you deal with older vets, eventually they're going to pass away. They'll have family members who can still take advantage of the services offered by your office.
Yes, and we do get, I think, more calls from family members and spouses, even for veterans that are still with us, just because they want to know these questions. And most of us veterans are very hard-headed sometimes, and we don't always want to reach out, and it does come down to the family members.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we do get a lot of that in the office as well.
Yeah, we're running out of time here this morning. Al, we do want to close with you today. It's been a wonderful run for us with you. You've always been more than a little bit cooperative. You've been very cooperative, and you've been able to actually reach out and actively help us in a number of different ways in presenting cases to Indiana County. So we want to thank you from our standpoint, but the whole county thanks you for your service and for leaving the office in such great hands.
Thank you, Todd. I appreciate that. I really do. It's going to be a hard leave, very much looking forward to going, don't get me wrong. But knowing that the office is in great shape and knowing that we've got great programs in place. And let me just quickly say, too, that, in the tax exemption program for veterans, Senator Pittman's been working extremely hard on this with the governor. Governor just signed into effect that the overall cap on income has been eliminated. So now our veterans that are out there that initially maybe didn't qualify, they do qualify now.
Yeah, that's fantastic. Fantastic. Well, you've left the office in good hands, and we appreciate that, too.
Great. Thanks, Todd.
Al Lockard, Jessica Walker, Amelia Nelson, thanks for the visit. Ladies, come back anytime you have something to pass along to our listeners.
Thank you.
And if I don't hear from you, then I'm going to get in touch with you, and we'll get you here.
Absolutely.
It's the voice of Indiana County. It's WCCS 101.1 FM, AM 1160, and WCCSradio.com. 826, Boomer Sports next. Jake in the newsroom after that.
This is Boomer Esiason with a Sports Minute, sponsored by Fisher Investments. The NHL presented its annual awards last night in Las Vegas, if you didn't know. Denver's Nathan McKinnon won the Hart Memorial Trophy as MVP. For what it's worth, my pick was Edmonton's Connor McDavid. Winnipeg's Connor Hellebuck won the Vezina Trophy as the top goalie. Another Connor, Chicago's Bedard, captured the Calder Trophy as Rookie of the Year. Congratulations to all. I'm Boomer Esiason.
We just want to have enough money for retirement.
And travel to visit our grandchildren.
I understand. That's why at Fisher Investments, we start by getting to know each other, so I can learn about your family, lifestyle, goals and needs, allowing us to tailor your portfolio.
What about commission-based products?
We don't sell those. We're a fiduciary, obligated to act in your best interest.
So how do your management fees work?
We have a simple management fee based on the value of your portfolio. So we do better when you do better.
We appreciate that kind of transparency.
We also check in with you regularly to keep you up to date on the markets and your portfolio.
Well, what other services do you offer?
As a client, you have access to resources on investing, financial planning, estate planning, Social Security, Medicare, and more.
Wow, sounds like Fisher Investments has everything we need.
At Fisher Investments, we're clearly different. Learn more at FisherInvestments.com.
Investing in securities involves the risk of loss.
Hurry into Mattress Warehouse and save